Welcome back to FryMinis. I'm Eric, and up next in our Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft coverage, we have the Hexblood. So the Hexblood is another cool lineage. This is instead of what happens if you get bit by a vampire or something to create the Dampier. This is what if you have some Fae or Hag blood mixed in, where you're a little witchy and a little spooky. All right, let's jump right in. Where wishing fails, ancient magic can offer a heart's desire, at least for a time. Hexbloods are individuals infused with eldritch magic, Fae energy, or mysterious witchcraft. Some who enter into bargains with hags gain their deepest wishes, but eventually find themselves transformed. These changes evidence a hag's influence: ears that split in forked points, skin in lurid shades, long hair that regrows if cut, and an irremovable living crown. Along with these marks, Hexbloods manifest hag-like traits such as dark vision and a variety of magical methods to beguile the senses and avoid the same. While many Hexbloods gain their lineage after making a deal with a hag, others reveal their nature as they age, particularly if a hag influenced them early in life or even before their birth. Many Hexbloods turn to lives of adventure, seeking to discover the mysteries of their magic, to forge a connection with their Fae natures, or to avoid a hag that obsesses over them. I think we're in a really great spot right off the bat. You've got this character who probably wasn't born that way, but somehow transformed into this haggish type creature. And I like the variety. Mixing in Fae opens up the possibilities here quite a bit. Heir of Hags. One way hags create more of their kind is through the creation of Hexbloods. Every Hexblood exhibits features suggestive of the hag whose magic inspires their powers. This includes an unusual crown, often called an elder cross or a witch's turn. This living garland-like part of a Hexblood's body extends from their temples and wraps around the head, serving as a visible mark of the bargain between hag and Hexblood, a debt owed or a change to come. I like it. With a tiefling, you can have those horns filed off. Your skin color could be a typical human shade of color and hide your tail in your coat kind of thing. Here, you're a Hexblood and people are going to know it. Hexblood origin. So how did you become a Hexblood? A bargain with a hag or other eerie forces transformed your character into a magical being. Roll on or choose an option from the Hexblood origins table to determine how your character gained their lineage. So this is a D6 table. Seeking a child, your parent made a bargain with a hag. You were the result of that arrangement. Fae kidnappers swapped you and your parent's child. A coven of hags lost one of its members. You were created to replace the lost hag. You were cursed as a child. A deal with the spirits of the forest transformed you into a Hexblood, now free of the curse. You began life as a Fae creature, but an accident changed you and forced you from your home. A slighted druid transformed you and bound you to live only so long as a sacred tree bears fruit. This book does such a good job with coming up with ideas of how you became you. And of course, you can always just create your own too. Another thing this book does great is tie your character into relevant domains of dread. And of course, you can always make your own up here too. Hexbloods in the domains of dread. When creating a Hexblood, consult with your DM to see if it's appropriate to tie your origins to one of the following domains of dread. Haslin. The bizarre magic of this crumbling domain exposes the populace to supernatural forces, occasionally giving rise to Hexbloods. Cardicus. Whimsical witches make their homes in the forest of Cardicus. They eagerly grant the wishes of locals seeking grand fortunes for their children. Tempest. Many of the children in the town of Victal are Hexbloods who exhibit their supernatural natures from a young age. Each youngster is considered a gift from the town's patron deity, who is known as Mother. It's always great. The more backstory, the more lore your character has, the better. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at Hexblood traits. So this is the mechanical stat of your character. You have the following racial traits. Creature type, you are Fae. Not humanoid and Fae, just Fae. Size, you're medium or small. You choose this size when you gain this lineage. Speed, your walking speed is 30 feet. Ancestral legacy, if you replace a race with this lineage, you can keep the following elements of that race. Any skill proficiency you gain from it, and any climbing, flying, or swimming speed you gain from it. So you keep some of that flavor from your original character if you transformed. I love that. If you don't keep any of these elements, or you choose this lineage at character creation, you gain proficiency in 2 skills of your choice. Dark vision, you can see in dim light within 60 feet of you as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light. You discern colors in the darkness as shades of gray. Now we're getting into the creepy stuff. Eerie token. As a bonus action, you can harmlessly remove a lock of your hair, one of your nails, or one of your teeth. This token is imbued with magic until you finish a long rest. While the token is imbued this way, you can take these actions. Telepathic message. As an action, you can send a telepathic message to the creature holding or carrying the token, as long as you are within 10 miles of it. This message can contain up to 25 words. Remote viewing. If you are within 10 miles of the token, you can enter a trance as an action. The trance lasts for 1 minute, but it ends early if you dismiss it, no action required, or are incapacitated. During this trance, you can see and hear from the token as if you were located where it is. While you are using your senses at the token's location, you are blind and deafened in regard to your current surroundings. When the trance ends, the token is harmlessly destroyed. Once you create a token using this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest, at which point your missing part regrows. And Hexblood. You can cast the Disguise Self and Hex spells with this trait. Once you cast either of these spells with this trait, you can't cast the spell with it again until you finish a long rest. You can also cast these spells using any spell slots you have. Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma is your spellcasting ability for these spells. Choose the ability when you gain this lineage. And we have a special callout section about becoming a hag. Hags can undertake a ritual to irreversibly transform a hexblood they created into a new hag, either one of their own kind or that embodies the hexblood's nature. This requires that both the hag and the hexblood be in the same place and consent to the lengthy ritual. Circumstances most hexbloods shun but might come to accept over the course of centuries. Once a hexblood undergoes this irreversible ritual, they emerge as a hag NPC, no longer under the control of the hexblood's player unless the DM rules otherwise. So yeah, I absolutely love this. I think this is such a cool lineage. This hexy, witchy, warlocky, haggy kind of fae whatever lineage is super cool. I really love giving out Hex. I think Hex is a fantastic spell, and I'm happy to see it in the hands of some other characters now. I can't wait to see what kind of character builds everybody comes up with for that. And the idea of breaking off a tooth or something and then using it to spy. I mean, we've got unlimited gaming potential with that. I can't wait to see it. So what do you think of the Hexblood? I can't wait to see somebody post a Hexblood Hexblade here sometime soon. Please like and subscribe for some more Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft coverage here from FryMinis.